Right, there we go. This is the... Alright, so this is the first match of round 64, ShakkaShuu versus Pampe. Shaka will be playing the Zulu, whereas Pampe will be playing Brazil. So we're on Surrounder for the first match. It is a best of 3. Yeah, the tradesman looking for a trade post probably here. So Shaka, the explorer for Zulus, is quite a powerful explorer. Capable of beating a lot of units actually. Also has a very powerful shield bash ability with an AoE attack. Meanwhile, Brazil has the additional Jesuit Priest that allows you to heal your explorer when you're done fighting a certain treasure. He can also build churches, trade posts, and town centers to help your explorer out greatly. Library going down for Zulu. Alright, so we got explorer over there. Spotting treasures. So the tradesman is able to build trade posts, whereas the Zulu explorer cannot. So that's why the Zulu need the tradesman out early to get those trade posts down. And the Zulu starts with a big wood crate. Due to the unique African game style, they do need the library along with a house. And since Ikandas are 200 wood each, if I remember correctly, Zulu does need a lot of wood at the beginning of the game. So one trade post will be going down for Shaka here. Brazil getting a treasure of 80 food. Thank you again to ShakkaShuu for hosting. Ooh, a little bit of a herding mistake here. The armadillo will be pushed out slightly. Looking for treasures around the base. Sadly, there aren't many nearby. Windows pop up, sorry about that. 100 XP treasure here. Looks like Shaka does not want it. There's also a Cherokee rifleman here. Let's see what else they can get. 160 wood, that's a big treasure over there. XP treasure and another wood treasure over here. Sadly, the Brazilian explorer is going around some dry zones with no treasures. So, Zulu has a not weird, but a different mechanic of aging up. What they do is, they have 3 lines, a red line, a yellow line, and a blue line of text in the library. And once they unlock all of those texts, they will age up. So if you get all 3 of red, blue, and yellow, you'll age up. Or if you get, say, 2 reds in a row, you'll age up. So the first text, for the red tech, for example, is 250 food, and then the next red tech is 550 food. He will probably be going for the 250 food one to get 2 impy and rush his opponent. The Zulu are not great at late game, as they really struggle to rebuild their army, since all of their units come from maturing youths. As you can see, this is a youth maturing circle. Let's try and capture a youth spawning to display the Zulu training. So not only do you train villages through your youth, you also need to train your military through youths. You can't train them through buildings. That means you can only train units one at a time. So once your army is wiped and your opponent's proceeding with an army of their own, you're going to be struggling to rebuild that in time. So that's Zulu's greatest weakness. They need to be the one wiping out the army before they are wiped out themselves. They do have quite powerful units to make up for this factor, although some of them come a bit later in the game. So Shaka has switched over to some coin and wood here. Brazil has aged up first, as a mill out food crate is not being picked up. Alright, we got Porter and youth, so Shaka is not going for the red tech line for an impy rush. Alright, we're getting a barracks first from Brazil. We can expect Voluntarios to be in play, so those are the fast skirmishers that are rather weak. More villages over here. Youth's maturing around. Shaka's having some nice spreads. Youth over here. Maybe we can... Okay, we have another youth over here. Let's see if we can catch one in action. I want to catch this soon before the game gets a bit more intense. We seem to have frozen again. There seems to be some lag. Alright, seems to be good. There we go. So, Zulu youths mature as follows. So, by doing this dance, and when the hotbar at the top fills up, they then transform into a new unit. Be it villager or military. In this case, a villager. But he is sending some MP forward now. MP are quite powerful units. Even with the first 2 MP shipments, you can get a few villager pickups quite early in the game. So we got some Voluntarios ready, but quite a lot of MP on the side. Let's see how this fight goes. Brazil definitely needs some more units. Shaka is very tanky and capable of killing units on his own. We got 10 Voluntarios here. Alright, now they're engaging. Ooh, Brazil is not really fighting back at the moment. Shaka will get in for a shield bash. Oh, it didn't count, okay. Shaka is retreating. An outpost goes down. That will be quite defensive. Good move from PampeBr to protect his villages and units overall. Any unit you kill from Zulu is a big advantage. At least that's my opinion. But you have to retrain them. Especially at the beginning of the game, you do need to get your villagers out as soon as possible, and well, if you focus military, that means your youths aren't transforming into villages. That means less economy. Right, so Voluntarios are going around, so are the MPs. Looks like he's using the MPs to help out with the treasure hunting. We got 700 gold dropping in, so Brazil might go for H3 using that coin crate. Market's going down for Zulus. Voluntarios are really on the back of the map. Don't know what they're doing really. MPs also in base. Both players seem to be hesitant about attacking the other. So we got a youth shipment here. Let's see what they mature into. Villages there. Okay, 2 of them are villages. He might be out of resources, which is why he's keeping these 2 on the side. For Brazil, nothing too much is happening over here except for the Voluntarios just sitting at the side. Also has the Cherokee rifleman in the back to help out his army. More youths coming in. Alright, we got more Voluntarios being trained. Another outpost coming up at the back. Looks like Purple here is going for quite a defensive strategy. He might be aiming for late game, where Zulu is not very advantageous, but you must remember that Zulu is still very powerful. Their only weakness is once their initial army is wiped and they need to retrain that army. And right now Zulu is H3, getting more youth into their roster. They'll be able to make even more units now. Let's see if they'll be villages or units. So a big Voluntario mass here, about 15, 20-ish. Villagers on hunts. He'll probably switch to the mill soon, since Brazil cannot upgrade hunting, but they can upgrade mill gather rates from the market instead. MP's in box formation here. Shaka's really spread out in this left-hand side. We got some Umpakatis coming in with quite a lot of youths on standby. He might be waiting for the H3 youths spawn double units card to make more use of each youth. Let's check his deck really quick. I believe it's this one. Yes, youths maturing into bowmen, 5-round spearmen, and Umpakatis will spawn 2 units instead of 1. He might be waiting for it, but he seems to be retreating his youths back towards his town center, towards the spice stalls, so I'm guessing they will become villages. Yes, it will. Looks like he will switch to an export focus and make some foreign units. We got more volunteers in the meantime. Zulu can also go for a redcoat mass through the spice shop, which is a very powerful strategy, as once you get 50 redcoats, you can get them to about 500 HP each. They might be low in range with only 10 and not a very high attack, but they're unkillable enough that they will live long to beat their enemies. And yes, we see some redcoats coming out. Volunteers are strong against heavy infantry, so just with 4 he's not looking too great with the current redcoat count. He really needs to get more before they can truly fight. MP are still around. He could probably wipe this army by getting Shaka to tank the army and using shield bash to get rid of a few. Big villager migration to the next mine here, 2 AFK. Idle, sorry. Alright, so he will be sieging this Ikanda down. Okay, so Zulu also has a matriarch. So matriarchs are able to spawn more youths to help them, you know, get more villages, more units faster. They are quite expensive at 400 food though. Quite a costly little investment. This Ikanda will go down. Zulu's population will drop. They are quite expensive houses, so it does hurt Zulu. He is getting another town center over here, although not really building it. I think he will need his explorer back there. So Brazil has not aged yet, so Shaka has a lead in that sense. More houses coming out, more volunteers, more musketeers. So Shaka seems to be on the move now. He's happy with his mass. Also moving the matriarch a bit ahead, but he seems to be keeping it near the spice stalls for foreign unit focus. So there's a lot of Umpakatis going around. If he catches this mine, he'll be able to deal a heavy blow, as these are very fast units. They might be weak, but they're fast. He will be going around the entire map in hopes of reaching perhaps the villages over here. Only if he knew there was so many villages here. Although volunteers will probably be able to kill these. So base damage wise, they just hit with 10. Oh, Shaka is now industrial. With some more text, he'll be able to get Ishikulus and mountain guns. Right, so now he is raiding his villages with his army going forward. He was about to clash with this army, but now he will have to retreat. Some musketeers behind will be able to help him defend. He's already garrisoned all his villages, so they're safe for the time being. He gets them out. Umpakati. Ooh, okay, he does not lose villages there. Volunteers are going the wrong way. Slightly. Alright, he's taking the volunteers back towards the Umpakati villagers are out, although there's a garrisoned unit in this outpost, it seems, as well as this one. So hopefully he realizes that fast enough. He seems to have not realized yet. Alright, so the Voluntario seem to be, yep, they do clash with the Umpakatis, being able to pick up 2, or maybe just, yeah, they got 2 and did hurt a bunch of them. Right, so he did realize the garrisoned villagers inside the outpost and got them out. That's good. He did idle them for quite a while. This town center is still not being built. He needs his explorer to come and fix that little issue. Right, the villagers are mass migrating back. He is still on H2, and the next mine is quite far on the map, where Zulu is quite easily able to reach. He is making a gunpowder crawl with youths waiting on standby. There's a big chance that mountain cannons might emerge out of that one, and with the current military roster Brazil holds, mountain cannons will be very devastating to his army. Umpakati is rushing from the site to catch the Voluntarios. If he can snare, the rest of his units will be able to catch and kill the remainder. Shaka the Explorer is running in. Shield Bash coming in. No, it does not. I think he is trying to do a Shield Bash, but he is being kited. Oh, okay, I think that was it. Umpakati have now reached skirmishers. The thing is, skirmishers will always struggle against melee. Oh, he stops his army. That's not good. He's probably trying to micro something back at base. That is the problem with Zulu. You just have to be on top of so many things at once. It's so hard to have good focus on any. With the Umpakati down to 1, no 2, he will retreat for now. There's a big villager mass on the trees here. If he tries the same route with the Umpakati as he did before, he might be able to take out quite a few. Let's see what else is happening around the map. He did get the town center complete, that's good. More redcoats, he's getting some Gatling guns. Alright, other than that, nothing much. Tradesman still over there. He could be using the tradesman for another trade post or to also act as an export gatherer, but seems to have forgotten about him on the side. Alright, so Purple is still H2. He needs to catch up. He's about 100 points behind in score at this moment. He's also about to lose his trading post due to the Umpakati siege, even though they have only 10. Right, there we go. Purple is now H3, getting an agricultural wagon in. More outposts going down. He's going for a very defensive gameplay. Another outpost to be built over there. That's a lot of villagers attempting to build. Plantation coming in. Is he building that with villagers? He is. That's weird. He has a free one there. He's losing this trade post as well. That's really weird. Spending 800 wood while having a free one. That's gonna hurt his economy for now. He is getting another barracks and his first stable out now. Montado's probably coming in at this moment. We have 5 Ishikulu that Shaka was able to get thanks to his H4 shipment, and now he even has skirmishers, Ascari, in the game, so Montados won't be as powerful. And we got Ishikulu with 1000 damage, HP, 130 hand attack, and 91 siege. So once these Ishikulu are in Brazil's base, they're gonna be a big problem. Shaka could have taken the opportunity with the age up, so when his opponent aged up, he could have attacked while his resources weren't too high, since he had to invest in that age up. Right, so some movement, but doesn't look like he's proceeding with his army just yet. There's a lot of outposts in this Brazilian town. Alright, the tradesman is back in game. That's great to see. Alright, so some volunteers being moved forward. They were not upgraded yet. He probably should go for an upgrade before engaging. And they are now fighting the redcoats. The redcoats are at 378 HP, as there seems to be at 20, I say? Yeah, probably like 20 of them. Maybe a bit more. It looks like 10 to 20. I can't really say. Volunteers being able to use their high speed. Shaka should have released his Impakatis from the rest of the army so they could have snared the rest. Gatling guns coming in. Unable to fire. Volunteers only have 80 HP, so the Gatling guns would have dealt some serious damage. Impakatis are still being slowed by due to the rest of the army. Revolving cannons are now able to fire. Getting that. Alright, he's going for the outpost. Ishikulu are fighting here. Ishikulu are very strong. This does not look too great for Brazil. Zulu has about double the points, actually even more than double the points compared to Brazil at the moment. Both outposts at the front go down, more Voluntaria coming out. They're too weak to do anything against this mass. Thank you so much for the follow, Ronin97. Much appreciated. It will now be sieging the third outpost down, more Voluntaria coming out, just 3. Since we've only seen 3 Volunteers coming out, we can assume that Brazil's economy is running out. Barracks will go down. Villages are being moved from this side to the left. There's about 30-ish redcoats now, getting to 417 HP. The Ishikulu are idling. They could be very powerful in sieging. The town center will go down quite soon. Alright, he chose to get the barracks using the Ishikulu. Decent move. Umpakati are also here. They might be able to get these villages. Some firebrands coming in for the siege. Lots of firebrands actually. 75 siege on each. Will he see these villages? Probably not. There's a lot of villages here as well, idling by the barracks. GG. First game goes to Shaka. So, eco-wise, Zulu had about 10,000 up on, and they were beating on every single resource. Big advantage. Although Brazil did spend more on units. But Zulu has a lot of military shipments, so it is possible to get them. 44 redcoats were present in that game. Big stack.